Sir, you have seen the globe. How do you see the world will come out in terms of jobs generation in future?
Well, I think as long as there is innovation and economies are growing, jobs will continue to get created. Hear a lot about machines uh, taking over and replacing people in many job roles, but there are job roles which are new that would be created that will enable people to interact with machines and provide more value to society. And so we'll continue to see jobs grow.
So, especially for the computer professionals, we are seeing fast change in technology. So, how do these students adapt to those technology in the coming time?
Well, the most important thing is to learn how to unlearn. It is absolutely true that technology is developing very, very rapidly. So, what you think is relevant today may not be relevant tomorrow. So, we have to build a capability in each professional to be continuously learning. So, learning never stops, it's lifelong, and that's the attitude that one needs to take, if you're a technology professional.
Okay, what five technology that you see is going to dominate the world in time to come?
Well, keep evolving. I think what we are seeing currently are technologies associated with artificial intelligence, uh, machine learning, uh, augmented reality, virtual reality, data sciences. So these are some of the common technologies which are becoming very, very relevant now for the future.
Okay, there is a lot of thrust on the part of government to develop cheap and other product, electronic product. How it is going to change the modern technology in time to come, and how it is important from India's perspective.
Well, price points are always very important in India because the per capita income of people in the country is much lower than other parts of the world. So, a lot of good innovation is happening in the country to deliver products and services at price points which are unmatched anywhere else in the world. Take the example of the telecom industry. The price points at which cellular services are being provided to society in India is the cheapest in the world. Look at financial services. The digital infrastructure that we've been able to create for financial services in the country is unmatched anywhere else in the world at price points which are relevant to people and organizations in India. So this would be continuous innovation, and I think a lot of innovation from the country would be on frugal engineering and creating products and services at price points which are unmatched anywhere else in the world.
Okay, and there is a general perception that we are incapable of identifying problem, but when problems are given to us, we solve those problems. So, how to change this attitude from academician point of view?
Well, it has to start from education, right from the primary school level. I think so far we've been creating generations of educated people who have been working, uh, who have studied in an environment where rote memory was very important. So I think we need to change that to allowing children to be able to expand their minds and build that creative capability. So I think it starts from grassroots education and also creating the realization that creativity adds more value than just engineering a product.
Okay, and there is a lot of thrust on developing frugal technology, which is almost away from the real technology or the hardcore technology that is evolving across the globe. So, how to bridge those gaps? Because we are just making utility of the frugal technology to solve the problem, but we are not coming out with new technology.
That's right. And that's because we are focused on solving problems and not identifying new problems. So there is a dearth of creative talent in the organization, in the country. So I think we need to develop those skills. Creative skills require a different level of appreciation. It requires finer abilities to appreciate finer things in life, like poetry, like dramatics, like music, things which impact human emotions. At the end of the day, human beings are driven by emotions, and to build creative products, we need to understand how to deliver a better experience and build capabilities around human factor engineering.
Okay, and there is a lot of talk about artificial intelligence. So, from where do we actually derive how these analytics are being done, and how do we incorporate these into technology?
Well, artificial intelligence is now becoming practical because of three things. Number one, the availability of affordable computing, which is happening with computing power being available in the palm of the hand and the cloud. The availability of large data sets, which is happening because of all the sensors and other devices which are constantly gathering information, and the application of algorithms to these data sets using the power that is now available, that is affordable. So all this has created the right environment for artificial intelligence, and machines can now start learning the way humans learn by recognizing patterns and building more knowledge within themselves. So pattern recognition, gathering data, making sense out of data is all the subject of data sciences. And so data sciences is now a very important subject when it comes to the future of technology as well as artificial intelligence.
And the defense technology, if I am very specific about it, it is evolving very fast globally. So, how Indian students can actually contribute? What new thinking should go behind it?
You're talking
Because
about which
we are
technology?
talking about defense technology.
Defense, okay.
Yeah, because we have potential challenge from our neighbors.
Well, irrespective, I think if you look at most of the innovation in high tech, it's actually emerged from the defense industry. All right, because here one needs to be at the cutting edge, and lot of innovation in computer technology, and now of course in artificial intelligence and other such technologies is emerging from research work that is being done by defense establishments. So of course, as you know, the country has a lot of good defense research establishments and now the private sector is also getting involved in defense production, which is a great move. One of the big issues that we face as a country is that when we compare ourselves to other large economies, our spend in R&D is a fraction of what they spend. So we spend about 0.7% of our GDP in R&D, whereas other nations spend, if you look at the US for example, 2.5%. If you look at Israel, it's almost 4%. So we need to increase the level of R&D spend. In India, what we find is the private sector is less forthcoming in R&D spend as compared to the public sector. And defense is one area in the public sector where there is tremendous amount of R&D. So I think we're going to make good progress, both from the point of view of the focus of the nation in R&D spend, as well as you pointed out, the threats that we experience as a country.
Thanks a lot, sir. Thanks a lot for sparing time, because I would have loved to interact more on the subject, because